very warm welcome to Adda 247, the official YouTube channel of Bankers Adda and SSC Adda. The topic that we will be discussing today is error detection. Now if I ask you to mug up all the rules given in the book, that is impossible and moreover it is a waste of time. What you need to do is just go through the rules once and start practicing. If you practice, you will get to know what kind of errors are present in the examination. Now there are certain topics through which you can excel this error detection. What are these topics? Let's discuss. First is adverb. You need to know the rules of adverb. Prepositions. Next is tenses. And the last one is relative pronouns. Now you need to take special notes on relative pronouns and tenses while using or while identifying the errors on tenses or relative pronouns. Now let's discuss some sentences based on these errors. Now if we look at this sentence, it says, in many cases students come to class academic unprepared, be it for the regular sessions or for a case discussion. Now you all know unprepared here is a verb, and the word which follows or qualifies verb is an adverb, and academic here is not an adverb. So what will we write here is academically. The correct sentence is, in many cases students come to class academically unprepared, be it for the regular sessions or for a case discussion. Now let's proceed to the next one. Despite of. Now children, see, the error in the sentence is in first part only, but in spite will be placed in place of despite of. We will not remove of. Why? Because there is a condition over here. If we are writing a positive sentence, then in this case we write in spite first, in spite of, but in this case if the sentence goes opposite, if the negative word is placed further, then in that case despite will be placed without an of. Now you know what errors can come. If there is a verb, you will place an adverb before it, and if there is a positive sentence which explains a condition, then you will place in spite of, and if there is a negative condition, you will place despite but without of. That is it. Now if we look at these sentences, what does it say? Kangaroo is the animal who keeps its baby in its pouch. Now you all know who is used for the person, for the subject which represents the other part of the sentence. Now here kangaroo is given, not a person. This means kangaroo should be placed which says that will be placed, because why? Because that is used for animals as well as for non-living things. But that will also not place here. Why? What will we place is which. Why? Now in all the animals only kangaroo is selected, and whenever we talk about the selection point, we always place which. So we have the error in part 3, and what is it? We will place which in place of who. Let's proceed to the next one. All the stadiums. Now we have a error in part 1 only. Why? We never use stadiums. If we want to write the plural form of stadium, what will we write is stadia. This is the plural form of stadium. Why? We have a rule, whenever a word, there are certain words which end with um. If we have a word ending with um, we add a to it to form its plural form. Like we have memorandum, it becomes memoranda. We have datum, it becomes data. Now let's have a look on these sentences. It says, he not only stays at my place but also he works there. You all know not only and but also. These are correlative conjunctions, and correlative conjunctions have a rule that if you are placing a verb here, similarly a verb will be placed here as well. Now here we can't change the verb, here we can't change the subject. What we will do is, we will place not only first and he after it. With this, he, that is the subject, comes after not only, and here also after but also we will have he, that is the subject. Now we know that the error is in part 1. Let's proceed to the next one. It says, the article was mentioned in the last issue of the magazine. If we are talking about the magazine, if we are talking about the newspaper also, We will never say last issue. Why? Because we never know if it's the last issue unless the newspaper or the magazine owner has announced it. We know that it is the latest issue, the issue that has been released most recently. So we will use latest, and the error is in part 3. Let's proceed to the next one. Now let's have a look on these. A leopard was beaten with death by villagers, prompting the forest department to order an inquiry into it. We know that we have an error in part 2. Why? Beaten with. What does it make? Does it make any sense? What does it mean? If we write beaten to death, that means it was beaten till the leopard was dead. But if we write beaten with is used when we want to add something or we want to place an agent there. Now no agent is placed here, and not any additional statement is placed here. So we will write beaten to death. Now if we have a look on the 8th sentence, it says Radhika, I and you are responsible for the mess on the floor. Now we don't have an error in 2nd, 3rd or 4th part. We have an error in 1st part. It says Radhika, I and you. All the pronouns and nouns that are used here are singular, and when we have singular pronouns, what we follow is 2 plus 3 plus 1. What does it mean? We place the 2nd person first, 3rd person after that, and 1st person after that. We have one more rule, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is 1st person, 2nd person and then 3rd person, and we will follow this rule. Why? Because this sentence accepts a mistake, and whenever a sentence accepts a mistake, what do we write? 1st, 2nd and 3rd. So what will be placed? I, you and Radhika. All the names are considered as 3rd person, that is why we are writing Radhika in the last. That's all for today. I hope you liked our video. Do subscribe our YouTube channel, that is Adda 247, and don't forget to download our app Adda 247 from Play Store. Thank you.